Joshua and all people of Israel came near Jericho, and all the gates of Jericho were tightly shut, because the people were afraid of the Israelites. No one was allowed to go out or in. But God said to Joshua, "I have given you Jericho, its king, and all its strong warriors. You and your fighting men should march around the town once a day for 6 days. Also, have 7 priests walk ahead of the Ark of Covenant, each carrying a ram's horn. On the 7th day, march around the town 7 times, with the priests blowing the horns. When you hear the priest give one long blast on the horns, have all people shout as loud as they can. Then the wall of Jericho will collapse, and the people can march straight in and take the land." God wants us to go around the city wall for 7 days. Then God will have the wall collapse. So the 7 priests went ahead of the Ark of Covenant, each carrying a ram's horn. And Joshua and the fighting men followed, marching around the wall of Jericho once a day for 6 days. And on the 7th day, they marched around 7 times. Then when they heard the long blast on the horns, they gave loud shout. Then God had the wall of Jericho collapse. They all went into Jericho and took the land that God had given to them. Everything was destroyed except Rahab and her families. Hello everyone! Today we're going to learn about following the instructions. Do you like following instructions? When I got a Lego set for my daughter, she opened up the box and took out an instruction book and Lego pieces. Then she started to put the pieces together. But at some point, she called me for help. So I went. Then I realized what she was doing. She was not following all the instructions step by step. She was looking at the instructions and she was looking at the picture of the finished product. So sometimes she was getting ahead. And at some point, she missed a step, so there was missing pieces. So what I had to do was pull out all the pieces and start over. She clearly wants the finished product just as what she sees on the picture. But unless she follows all the instructions step by step, she will not be able to have the same product that she wants. When there are instructions, it means you will not get the right result or product unless you follow all the instructions. In today's story, God gives His instructions to Israelites for them to take the land, Jericho. Let's look at the instructions that God has given to Israelites. March around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have the 7 priests carry trumpets of ram's horns in front of the Ark of the Covenant of God. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. When you hear the sound of trumpets, have the whole army give a loud shout. Do not say anything or make any noise until they are instructed to make a loud shout. Do not take anything that are set apart for destruction. Everything made from silver, gold, bronze, or iron is sacred to the Lord and must be brought into God's treasury. Everything must be completely destroyed as an offering to God, except Rahab and her families. God told the Israelites to go around the city wall for 7 days, blow the horns, and shout loud at the end. When the Israelites followed all the instructions, God had the entire wall of Jericho collapse. God destroyed the biggest protection that the city of Jericho had. The Israelites followed every instruction. They did not skip anything or change the order. They may not have understood why they had to go around the city wall for 7 days, or blow the horns, or shout loudly at the end. But they followed everything. They believed and trusted in God and their leader Joshua. And in the result, they were able to take over the land that God had given to them. God gave us His instructions, the Bible. We may not understand everything that's written in the Bible. We may not understand the purpose behind every instruction, but believe and trust God. Obey and follow. When you listen and follow God's instruction, God will bless you with the best result and everything that God had planned to give you. You need papers, something you can write with, long strip of cloth or scarf. Cover one person's eyes with cloth or scarf. Have another person draw a maze in any shape. Start with simple and easy one. Give the maze to the person who has covered eyes. Help the blinded person to take the hand on the starting point. Then give the instruction for the blinded person to finish the maze.